doesn't mean valuable, especially to strangers. And that's why most lead magnets fail. I'm Greta, and this is Judy, and we are the founder and CEO of Bringing Simplicity. And if you've ever built lead magnets that got clicks but no quality leads, this is why. So today we're talking about how cold traffic actually experiences your lead magnet and what we change to make it work.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I think a lot of you are coming here because you probably have a warm audience and you're like, okay, they're doing so well, but like now I want to do ads, right? So like it's a cold audience, how is it going to work? How are they going to respond? And there's a few tweaks that you need to make. They're really, really simple, but if you do not know about these tweaks to your offers, to your landing pages, then immediately you're going to run ads for a couple weeks and you're gonna be like, this isn't for me. And so the first thing is cold audiences that you want to attract. How about this? Do not trust it like around the word free. Like there's so much stuff online that's free. They want to know the value. And I have been, I don't know right now, the algorithm is like, you need to watch Myron Golden for some reason. And so it's sending me a lot of things. And he's like, you don't need to lead people to pleasure. You need to lead them away from their pain. So your lead magnet needs to talk about the pain that you're solving for them. So is it worth their time, even if it's free? What's the catch? Who is this person? What are you going to pitch me? Or like, are you going to pitch me? And like, they're already thinking about those things, right? So you need to clearly state the pain that you're solving for them in your lead magnet. And that's really like in the most simplest way. You don't need a gazillion things about you. You don't need, anything like detailed. They don't need your entire biography. But it needs to be a specific pain. Some people are too vague and they're like let me like seven steps to seven figures, and like so many people are so far removed from that. They're just like, I just want to make like 20K more like this month. Like I'm not even thinking about seven figures, right? And so like that is even like less trustworthy because they're like, yeah, right. If that was the case, then everybody would be doing this. So you
Right, especially if
immediately
it's
are going to
free.
distract. Exactly, especially if it's free. It's like, why is this then why is it free? Why aren't you charging for this? And so now you kind of have to shift your thinking and around how you're going to run ads. So that way you're targeting your ideal audience and you're not making those people who have the money like deter away from you, because really they'll get the ick and be like, mm-mm.
For sure. So when we look at lead magnets, we're ultimately rewriting them for outcomes. We're looking at what is the clear thing that will happen if they implement this lead magnet. What's a clear next step that they can take? What is a clear expectation that they can have? Not here's everything in the kitchen sink, but here's what this solves, right? And that builds you up as somebody who they can trust, because you're not saying, I can give you everything that my 6-month program is promising you. It's saying, I am happy to give you one step that's going to move you closer to your ultimate goal. And I want this to be super valuable for you. And I think we talked about this last week. If we didn't, but both of us consumed the podcast with Maria Went, and I think she talked about this a lot. It's like, hey, let me give you a whole bunch of really amazing free content that's a little piece of what my big like program is, or even my full course is, because I want you to see that this little piece actually works. And hey, you even recoup the money to then be able to buy my program, right? Like they want to be able to trust you and see that you can get them results, not just some Joe Schmo who's in your testimonial. We still value testimonials, but it's like, how does this work for me? Can I do this? So if this is helping you rethink how you approach growth, make sure you're subscribed, because this channel is all about building trust before conversion.
Yeah, for sure. And to add on to this is because we cannot stress it. I feel like we cannot stress this enough. No matter how many people come to us, they have 100,000 followers, 300,000. They've been doing 6-figure months. They've hit multiple 6-figure months, and they're like, "What's going on? Why? Why is my new offer not converting? Why is this like why are my ads not working?" And it's because everything's out of alignment. Like how you're portraying your message, it doesn't feel very natural. It feels extremely forced. It feels like you're dropping something because you need money versus because you're trying to help somebody, because you're trying to help your audience, and they can feel that.
They can feel it.
Yeah. And so how to avoid that for yourself, to know what it is that your audience is looking for, and to know how to make them care, and to know what their pain is to do those starter tests that we talked about in the last episode. So that way you're not leaking ad dollars, but also for you to know exactly what lead magnet is needed right now and how to frame that messaging. And so once you know that, once people opt in, then they're going to start building that relationship with you, and they're going to trust you to build on that new offer. And it won't feel like you're just selling because because you need the money.
Because you want to scale your business and make more money.
Exactly. And so the lead magnets aren't for us. They're not just to build your list. Like, we are really trying to build you like your ideal client, which is why we look at all of the data, but like you are really building trust at the beginning, which is why we run 3 different types of ads usually for everybody. And so in our next video, we're going to talk to you about, now that you have those people in your funnel, because like now that you've changed all of the things that we told you to change, you did the starter test, your lead magnet is cold audience ad ready, how to convert them into buyers. Like, now, how do we ask for the sale? Now, how do we get them to that next thing? And sometimes that next thing is just inviting them to a masterclass or to a call or to buy $100 product. But it's going to feel natural for you the way that we do it, and not feel like it's pressure sales. So we'll see you in the next video.